Hi and welcome back. So today I'm going to review Bryan Johnson's morning routine video. His video entitled My Morning Routine Live to 120 is 12 minutes and 31 seconds in duration. I'm going to break that down and just look at the really important key points. Bryan Johnson's morning routine usually takes, according to him, between 3 and 4 hours each morning. On waking, Bryan Johnson says the first thing he does is to measure his inner ear temperature. He uses this as a safety and as an efficacy check. Most people's temperature is 98.7. He runs around 3 degrees lower than that number. Next in the video, he emphasizes that he maintains a consistent bedtime and wakes up naturally between 4:30 and 6 a.m. every day without the need for an alarm. Next is light exposure therapy for his circadian rhythm. He uses a 10,000 lux UV light device to regulate his circadian rhythm, which aids in improving sleep quality. And he says he does this for a few minutes every morning. He then takes 2 pills containing heme iron and vitamin C, and this is to maintain optimal iron levels. He then weighs himself using a biometric scale to record his health metrics. These are things such as weight, BMI, fat, muscle, visceral fat, water content, bone density, and also his heart rate. Also, as part of this element of the Bryan Johnson morning routine, he monitors the air quality around him. Before going downstairs, he then completes some light therapy and some meditation. The routine incorporates 5 minutes of blue light therapy this time to keep his complexion clear. Whilst doing this, he also does some mild meditation by focusing mainly on his breathing. Once complete, he heads downstairs. Once there, he then completes around 10 minutes of meditation to settle himself in preparation for the rest of the morning. He mentions learning a few meditation techniques, but does not elaborate any further on these. After meditation, the next part of the Bryan Johnson morning routine is to use a specific device for 30 seconds for dry eye treatment, 30 seconds on each eye, and then eye drops that aid in the prevention of cataracts. Then it's on to the morning pill protocol that includes taking a specific mixture of pills, part of a larger regimen that involves over 50 or 60 different items. These are organised by his team every 2 weeks. If the protocol changes during that 2-week period, it's Bryan who's responsible for adding or removing pills from the tins. The new protocol is then updated at the end of that 2-week point. He takes the pills with his specially formulated green giant drink. After his supplements, he moves on to his red light therapy. This is for his hair. He discusses his struggle with hair loss that started in his early 30s. So he uses red light therapy and dietary changes to try and address it. He then briefly talks about his super veggie breakfast that he eats after he finishes working out, and preps also his second meal of the day, and that's his now famous Nutty Pudding. He then moves on to his workout that normally lasts between 30 and 60 minutes, although in this video he mentions he's only going to train for around 20 minutes. So his exercise session consists of resistance training with machines and free weights, and also cardio training too, all of which are monitored and recorded. He says that for this session he didn't do as much high intensity interval training HIIT as normal. His normal regime is 4x4. That's 4 minutes of exercise between 90 and 100% max effort, and then he rests for 4 minutes, and then this is repeated 4 times. In this video, he says he only did 1 set of 4x4. So basically, that's the morning session complete. But in this video, Bryan then moves on to an explanation based on how you could probably implement this protocol. Emphasis is placed on taking small actions to build up the momentum in life rather than trying to achieve everything all at once. He then touches on the mindset of living fast and dying young, advocating for young people today to avoid the self-destructive behaviours and cultural norms that promote such poor attitudes. Well, I hope you found that interesting or informative, hopefully both. Let me know in the comment section what you think of the Bryan Johnson morning routine. He touches briefly on his diet and also his workout protocol, but let me know if you'd like me to make a similar short but concise video on either his diet, so timing and ingredients, or his exercise regimen, or indeed both. Also, in his complete blueprint project, there are quite a few elements that help him to look younger, which leads me to think this is also somewhat of a vanity project. Remember, there are no prizes for being the youngest looking corpse in a cemetery. Also, What do you think of Bryan Johnson? Is he an anti-aging trailblazer, or do you think he's a bit of a crackpot?